I said this before. I said it a while ago. The guy that I wanted to see him fight the most, but also the guy that posed the biggest threat to him, was Timofey Nastyukhin. I was working for ONE FC as a K-side commentary when this kid was like 10-1. He had nothing but knockout wins, almost all in the first round. If you pull up his record, he's only been, I think, outside of the third round or outside of the first round like two times out of 14 fights or some shit. The kid is extremely impressive. He lost to Herbert Burns, which is Dorino's brother, Gilbert Burns, who's phenomenal on the ground, but still a first-round loss. He lost to Boku in the first round by TKO stoppage, and he lost to, I don't even know who that guy is. Okay, but he lost to him by a KO loss as well. But Timofey's also got a bunch of first-round knockouts. He's got 2 fights that went to the third round, and he won both those fights by decision. But all of his other fights, man, have all been by first-round TKO, first-round knockout, first-round everything. Scroll down a little bit. Is there any more in the first round? What's his record? They're all first-round finishes.
13-4.
Yeah, so he's 13-4.
Except these 2.
He's 13 or 14?
13-4.
So he's 13-4 overall. His 4 losses have come by the same thing. First round, either submission or first round KO. This guy lives by the sword, dies by the sword. He's got huge power in his hands. I've seen him go out there and just fucking starch dudes. When I was working for them, I was like, this kid has the potential of being a fucking star. And they put him in front of Eddie Alvarez, and oh my God, he's got the power, man, in the hands. And you can see Eddie gets hit with a clean shot, and Eddie just, for some reason, it just froze Eddie for a little bit and stunned him for a little bit, and Eddie wasn't able to recover. But I don't know how much, like, you have to remember, it's hard to fight in another country. Nothing's the same. Your food that week is not the same. The hotels, the culture, everything is different. It's a learning experience. Everything about it is a learning experience. Nastyukhin catches Eddie's leg, hits him with a beautiful straight right hand, drops him right to his back, doesn't jump into his guard, tries to like kick him, but backs away, lets him back up. Eddie kicks him back. I'm giving you guys basically a play-by-play in this fight. Just a nasty fight. Hits him with a nice right hand. Nastyukhin's got power in both hands. If you watch the stare down between the two, he's a lot bigger as far as height-wise. I don't know how he is as far as like actual, when I'm looking at him side-by-side fighting right now, Nastyukhin's not as polished as Eddie as far as the fluid movement and things. But when somebody like Nastyukhin has the power that he has, that's the kind of style of the guy you're going to get. Someone who just stands in front of you and wants to trade. Now, given the fact that Eddie has just lost this fight, they're not going to do him any favors. They're paying him a lot of money. So the fact that he's getting paid a ton of money, you can expect him to get all the top guys in the echelon of guys to fight. Like, he's not getting any gimme fights coming up. But the one thing I wanted to touch on, and this is the number one thing I wanted to touch on, you guys, I'm a Bellator guy. I work for Bellator. I fought for the UFC. I fought for Pride. I worked for ONE FC doing K-Shot commentary. This right here is proof that not all the best guys are in the UFC. You guys got to start watching other shows, man. You guys got to start believing in the fighters and the athleticism of all these other athletes, especially in the 155-pound division. There's no fucking way one promotion has all the best guys or girls. There's just no way. And if you're watching this all come about. Demetrius Johnson was considered to be the GOAT, considered to be the #1 guy in the world, pound for pound, the best guy in the world. And he had a tough fight. Even though, sure, he got the finish, did a good job, was able to work it out and finish it out, but that's what makes that person the GOAT. But you have Eddie here also coming off of this loss now. It just goes to show that I know anything can happen in a fight, but I went through the fucking comment section. Dude, you guys are ruthless, man. Oh, he was never really that good. Shut the fuck up. You guys are kidding me, right, with that garbage. Eddie's fucking one of the best ever. Like, one of the best ever. There's no way you're going to tell me that he was never that good. Or you're not going to tell me just because this guy, Timofey Nastyukhin, was able to beat him and knock TKO or knock him out. There's no fucking way you're going to tell me that Eddie Alvarez is done. That no way. Like, these guys that they're fighting, different style of competition. All of these guys are going to try and stand and knock your head off. That's what makes ONE FC so exciting to watch. A lot of these small guys are all stand-up guys. And the guys that are not, they usually come from Evolve. They have a good jiu-jitsu area that basically, like, they feed them the stand-up guys that they know they can beat, because Evolve and ONE FC are work together and they want to try to promote their guys the best they can. This goes to show that guys like Timofey Nastyukhin are out there. They've got power. Their ability to beat top guys is there. You think about a guy like Timofey fighting a guy like Dustin Poirier. You think of a guy like Timofey fighting a guy like Justin Gaethje. I think Gaethje with leg kicks probably open it up a little bit more, open up the hands. But I'm saying like Dustin Poirier, you have other guys, you know, that fight mainly sticks out and stands in mind. I'd love to see a fight with like him and Nate Diaz. Like those kind of fights make for very entertaining fights. This was a great fight up until then. Eddie was having a hard time fighting his rhythm. I think the power and the size was kind of throwing him off a little bit. But look, Eddie's been down before. There's no doubt about it. Eddie's been down before. And Eddie's going to come back. Eddie's going to do what Eddie does. He's going to come back, probably wipe out this whole fucking division. But the thing is everyone should already know that this fight, not one promotion has all the best guys. And for those of you guys sitting on the sideline on YouTube, you know, or wherever in the IG section talking shit, bro, Eddie Alvarez is one of the best guys to ever fight. One of the best guys. Like, he's fought all the best guys and beaten all the best guys. There's no doubt in my mind that he is one of the best guys to ever step foot in the cage. So you guys stop discrediting what Timofey did, and stop trying to say that Eddie's washed up and out the door and all these other things. Eddie's a gamer, man. Eddie's going to do what Eddie does. And you guys were talking all that smack just recently about Justin Gaethje. Now I see everyone in the comment section. I knew you weren't done. I knew you were the man. I knew you could do it. Shut the hell up. Half you guys had said he was washed up and out the door already. So all you Fairweather fans, you guys got to sit at home. Just enjoy the show. Stop talking shit about these guys. These guys are landing on the line, doing their job. And, man, this is the nature of the beat. This is the nature of the business and the beast, man. Anyone can be finished. That's why it's the fight game. You know, Eddie went against a bigger guy and just got caught. I mean, got hit with some big shots. You know, it happens, man. This is what happens in the game. Trust me, like I said, Eddie will be back, and Eddie will probably take over this whole division. You know, now a little bit of a fire lit under his ass. The honeymoon stage is over, and this is what happens. You know, I lost my very first Strikeforce fight in MMA. Very disappointing to me. And then I rattled off, I want to say like 6 or 7 in a row, and I'm winning the title and going on being successful. That's the hard part. Like, sometimes, like, it sucks to say you got to take a loss to be successful, but in this situation, that's exactly what he did. And I think we're going to see a lot better from him in these upcoming fights, you know, for him. But all it did was open up the door for Timofey Nastyukhin to do a lot of different things. And I've said it before, I said it again. This was probably the toughest fight in that organization for Eddie Alvarez. I could see maybe like a Shinya Aoki fight or someone like that, but none of these other guys I don't think are going to touch Eddie. Eddie's going to open up. He's going to start putting things together. He's going to understand. There's a lot of things that were going on in his mind for this fight. You know, the honeymoon stage is over, like I said. So he'll be back. He'll be back 100%. And I got to tell you, whoever he has next, I'd be afraid, man. I'd be scared for that dude. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that exclusive content of Sammy and the Punk. Also, hit these videos for more exclusive content and hit the subscribe button on the bottom corner.